So today's topic, and I hope not just today's topic, but you will stay with this chapter for the chapter on texture, the chapter on oneness. You stay for at least several days. I offered some meditation exercises and then of course some art practices to do with this texture topic, because it's really hard to overestimate how important it is for your art skills, especially if you are into realistic art, realistic painting, but also if you are interested in creating some massive dramatic effects. This chapter is more for you to understand and absorb and appreciate the incredible amount of textures we are surrounded by. And then you have art practices where you actually are going to recreate some of these things. And the more you spend time with this chapter, the better your attention to details will be, and the more you will eliminate all sorts of confusion sometimes that can be seen in the works of people who are just starting creating art, and professional artists who have been doing it for a while. That ability to identify for the viewer, your audience, which objects are so close to them that they're about to touch them, with something that's in the distance, the ability to see the changes that happen within texture, it really opens up the knowledge how the whole world around us is built. And I'm starting the exercises after the chapter are going to be it starts with 2 meditation practices, observation practices, that where I suggest 2 different types of surfaces you're going to absorb and you're going to observe. And one is man-made objects, another one is what nature builds. And you don't have to follow the exercises like first 1, then 2, then 3. You can do exercise number 1 and then maybe go to number 3, which is the art practice. Then go back to the second exercise, do the practice number 2, and then look at your work in the practice number 3. And very, very important, write down your thoughts, your discoveries, because that is the crucial part, is your ability to see, new things, observe new things. What is the texture of a dress? And then look at the table, look at the glass, look at the mirror. Look what happens when the texture is actually reflected in the mirror. Observe just the texture. Don't worry about light so much, although, yes, light is a huge part of it, but it can be very deceiving. So right now, just look for the textures, rough, smooth, the very, very preliminary ideas that we carry about it. Now, there are more exercises, and there are more exercises, and I want you to please spend time doing all of them. The very, very last one is when you go back to the work you have already created. After doing all the work, all the observation, all artistic practices with the texture, now you're bringing back that new understanding to the pieces that you have done when you were playing with shapes, colors, and line, of course, right? Quick reminder, please do not stop the line practices. It has to continue throughout the course, okay? So spend some time with this chapter. It is so profound. It will change your art skills tremendously, your artwork. And I'm very much looking forward to reading your discoveries, looking at your artwork, ask questions, of course, and read the chapter only after you are done all the practices, okay? And that's all. And after that, post your observations and your thoughts. And thank you. And thank you for being on this journey with me.